I think we will pick up back at the temple as you arrive there. And I think what I want to do here is when you all basically sit down to rest, I would like to have Justin and Burke go and get the other characters from inside of that room. And by Justin and Burke, I mean Justin and Burke are sleeping. Two doppelgangers are going to go get everybody else, who appear to be Justin and Burke.
Oh, so the Black Spider's going to send her minions to get other our colleagues.
Well, part of what I'm getting at is that you guys wouldn't actually notice this initially happening, as everybody basically lays down to sleep. But among the people who would be changing form, the spider is indeed one of the doppelgangers.
Okay.
Copy that.
Yeah, so that heterochromia, that's or whatever the name, that's permanent, or I mean for now. That one green eye, one purple eye.
Um,
I wasn't sure if that was just like a part of the spell or if that was like a result of it.
I tried to do some research on what that spell will actually work out as. And probably the closest that I kind of got to how it will play out is that you are essentially a sort of homunculus of the Black Spider at this point. I think it is most likely that that is going to be a temporary effect of the spell itself. But that was one thing that I didn't necessarily include in the thoughts that would be progressing forward as effects for that. So I think overall that would probably disappear by now.
Okay, because I mean, I figure I wouldn't notice the change, but if the other still.
Yeah, I definitely had that more in mind as like a residual effect that was like an immediate visible connection.
Got it.
So for what it's worth, I don't believe there's any real reason for the map at this point. But if you two would like to basically go and meet back up with, for what it's worth, having so many people missing already, go and meet up with Ezra. And I think Dom is just going to be a silent follower. This is why I like the player 2 has entered the game and then just fucking ignore what the fuck got missed. So, what do you two say to Ezra as you go to pick up the dwarves? Dwarves and Ezra. And part of why I want you two to do this is because, as we've kind of already alluded to, the doppelgangers can actually like delve into a player's mind and essentially act out from their understanding.
Okay. Um. Are they? So do they want us to bring? Does the spider want her doppelganger to bring the dwarves as well, or just the?
Yeah, pretty much inviting them back to that area, and then it's partly under the guise of kind of joining up for a conversation. You guys can actually share that you've been helping the other folk and that they're not hostile. That's perfectly open to you guys to kind of play out how you'd like to. And I'm in many ways handing it over to you two to see how you want to develop this situation.
So I guess quote unquote Justin would he tell Ezra and the dwarves that he found something you should see, someone you should meet. Thundrin is okay enough to travel now. You should follow us back.
We want to meet the god of greed and gold, Dumathane. It's an incredible, incredible temple.
You've uncovered the Temple of Dumathoin.
Yeah, all 40 feet of him.
Oh, it's well. It's a blessing that will be very good for our kind.
And may I just say, before we get there, keep an open mind. Don't do anything rash. You'll understand more when we're back there.
You've all done well.
So is your brother up and about? Or are we going to carry him?
At this point, Darden would be a little bit more conscious. He's definitely still showing signs of essentially like a head injury.
Well met, Tharden. Glad to see you up and about.
Ezra, any thoughts?
So you said we're going to meet someone, right? Does that someone have a name?
For now, she's told us to call her the Spider. But don't be alarmed. I think we were mistaken about her.
Have you captured her?
Actually, she's I don't think she's hostile. She saved me, as a matter of fact.
Captured her attention, certainly.
I think we may have been mistaken about a lot of things. Hence my request that you keep an open mind.
Saved you. Indeed. Have you said anything about Nundro?
No, but perhaps we can ask. That can be on our list of things to discuss. Come on, let's go. We'll see her and find Nundra.
All right, I guess. Seems like we should follow you for a while.
We got out to the Forge of Souls too. Wait till you see the magic out there, Ezra. You're gonna be psyched.
Forge has survived. Brilliant. Whom the Thoin be praised. Let's be on our way then.
All right, follow us. We'll start heading back to the temple.
As we're heading back to the temple, I'm just gonna ask Gaston, how what happened to your eye?
No, that's what we were saying. The eyes are gone.
Oh right, they were. Sorry, forgot about that.
Well, I did take a nasty blow um, over in the cave, so I'm sure I have a bit of a shiner.
I probably should ask more about. Said she saved you from what?
Nothing less than death. I think we can work together. I don't think she's the bad guy that's been portrayed to us.
All right then. She just brought you back to
And-
life. You were dead.
All the way dead. I sort of missed my chance to keep him on this plane.
And given what we encountered in the caverns near the forge, I think we need all the help we can get. A few ghouls we fought are nasty things, and I'm sure there's more like it down there.
Yeah, sounds like you had an eventful time.
Indeed.
So, as you all head through the southern entrance into the Temple of Dimothoin, among the first things that you would see walking inside of the room would be Burke, Jason, Ezra sleeping on the ground before the feet of a 40-foot tall dwarf that is cast in gold. Among the things overwatching them is a bugbear who's kind of sitting full lotus, just kind of sitting looking over them. And then as you all approach and get a better look at these figures lying on the ground, you would quickly notice that behind you stands a small female with dark black hair, and then a gray figure that seems to be still melding out of the form of Burke. Welcome, my friends. There's no hostility needed here. And the dwarves will kind of like jump at the first moment of recognizing that neither of the people who came to get them were who they seemed. Your brother is safe. If you dwarves would care to remain so, it would be good for you to work with these adventurers here, and with ourselves as well. So I'm curious, what do you all think? Do the dwarves want to work with the spider?
Is this like out of character or?
This would definitely be me asking you as players. Because essentially this builds a corner into the situation where I would be writing a book more than letting you all roleplay. So I'm curious from your perspectives, where do you all want to see this campaign go from this moment? Do you want to have the dwarves, like, choose your own adventure style? Do you want to have the dwarves listen to reason? Do you want to see what happens when you turn on the spider? What would you three players care to do?
I mean, I feel like the dwarves would try to be pragmatic and at least sort of. I guess it's sort of at least sort of listen to the spider. I don't think they'd be immediately thrilled with the idea of working with them, just because, or maybe working with them with the idea that they'll betray them later. I think that was kind of like the thing Jason was getting at when saying, like, we might need their help. I think the dwarves might. I mean, I feel like the way Gundren's been so far, he's definitely not the type to share. So he's not going to want to sort of split anything with the spider. But I think he'd be pragmatic enough to work with her in the shorter term. Just I don't know. That's my thoughts.
I imagine Gundren unwilling to work with her, but Gundren doesn't have any power of any kind. Like, he needs to work with her. There's a nice, symmetry to it.
And for both
the
of those
snows.
points, she led with the offer that Nundro is safe and will be returned if they can essentially hold their peace.
I mean, when he heard, I don't remember, before, when he thought, how was it, the other brother that got captured by Bugbear?
That
Wasn't
was
really
Tharden.
Tharden.
Thardian. Yeah, right, names. But he wasn't exactly jumping at the chance to save his brothers. He was more really out for, well, what they're looking for. I don't really think he would be all that caring about his brother's safety.
Yeah, I feel like that sort of ties into sort of the pragmatic idea. Like he'd sacrifice his brothers to get what he wants, and so at the same time he'd work with the spider, get what he wants as well. Like he's essentially willing to do anything, any sort of ends justify the means.
Yeah, I can see that.
What up, Ty? Cannot hear you right now.
That'll do it. My headset was muted. There we go. Hello.
Hey, man.
Hey Ty.
Hi.
Hello.
So, quick little catch you up here. As you all basically got back to the Temple of Dumathoin to take a long rest after battling the ghouls over near the human section of the cavern, you all basically went to sleep, and the spider and her doppelganger actually turned into Jason and Burke and went to gather the rest of the party and the dwarves. So we have brought them into the Temple of Dumathoin, essentially revealed the spider was Jastin and that the doppelganger was Burke. And they are basically trying to treat with the dwarves, offering the brother Nundro's safety, and essentially like a reuniting them, for taking the time to actually listen to what she has to say. My idea was to have you all decide where the dwarves took that. And my point being is asking you as players, because otherwise it's me writing what is happening rather than letting you all describe the direction. So it's kind of a little bit of a flip on that DM perspective, giving you all essentially a taste to discuss as the group where you think the dwarves would go from this point.
I gotcha. As soon as I jumped in, I think Justin and later we're talking about um, yeah, like how dwarves are kind of out for their own deal, and um, yeah, I kind of agree with that. Where I guess they would. I guess you guys are saying that they would work with them.
Yeah, like they don't have much of a choice either, right? We haven't seen these guys just get kidnapped and pushed around. They don't like have any way to fight back.
Yeah, and they're not stupid. They're not stupid people. So I think they would just kind of roll with the flow. Kind of hope they come
Yeah,
out on top.
they're so greedy that they would see that their opportunity is to cooperate.
He feels really strong about, having control over this place, though. That's another thing. I don't know if we talked about that, but that might overcome that greed. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe after all the brothers are together and things are under control, you'd have to look out for Gundren stabbing you in the back. Guessing we'll be gone by then.
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound like everybody somewhat agrees that they would at least start by treating with the spider at this point?
Yeah. No.
Yep.
Yeah.
You'll return our brother, and what will come of it? What will happen with us? What will happen with ours here? It's my intention to rekindle what we can of the old Fandelver Pact. Gnomes, dwarves, and humans working as one. Region was stronger for it, was better for it. Without the orcs, never been lost. Willing to hear reason? Willing to bring your kind back to these lands? Do any of you have any thoughts on this moment? In character.
Burke's unconscious.
Oh yeah, are Justin and Burke up at this point?
I was vaguely thinking everybody would basically get woken up. It was trying to be more of a plot device to have you all laying down and not notice them. It might have been going far to say that you were asleep at that point. I probably could have just said that they left and then turned into you.
Well, I think I'm still like just 3 successful death saves, to be long rest overnight.
Oh yeah, we did actually have you, so you would have
I'm
had
ready.
2
I'm ready to hit that
hours to get that 1 hit point back. Yeah, I think you would definitely still be unconscious even after being brought back to this point.
I
All
feel
right,
like
I'm gonna-
Victor, even after, but if Victor fed him a healing potion, does that just stabilize him, or does that actually bring him back to consciousness?
I didn't think Victor gave him a healing potion. The last roll I see from Burke is a D4, and that tells me that's to see how many hours until he wakes up with 1 hit point.
Yeah, I don't.
That's
I
right.
don't- Yeah, I didn't give him one last time.
We have 1 left, so we're gonna long rest at the place. So I have 1 hit point now. I could wake
Oh,
up.
there.
And
This is
listen.
right. I'm thinking after the fight with the bugbears, but this is
Yeah.
after the fight with the ghouls. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, never mind.
Yeah, we all died a lot of times. Or we're down a
Almost
lot of
as
times.
if it's the final dungeon.
Isn't that what you want, Gundren? Sounds like what you want.
Rather not have meddling fool capturing my brothers. But yes, what we need to happen.
We must play the hand we're dealt. Yeah.
Yes. We will join. And he's going to step forward and actively shake with the spider to agree to try to rekindle what would be the Fandover Pact. I think for what it's worth, we can jump to you all taking a long rest here and have everybody come back to consciousness as you will and progress forward under this idea that at very least for now, the dwarves are open to working with the other powers that be in this region to try to have, I guess really before the actual rest, they would bring out Nunjo from inside of the priest quarters.
And Justin would give a little subtle sort of sigh of relief after seeing Gundren shake hands with the spider. His life probably very literally depends on it.
So everybody can take a long rest. I am going to step away for a second to grab my actual coffee because I forgot to fill that up, and I'll be right back.
All right. All right. You know what?
So I don't know if you guys saw the in the main chat, but Mara was asking about like going forward from here, like module wise. I don't know if you guys had any thoughts about that sort of stuff. We have a couple minutes.
Um. Oh, like when we're done with this thing, done with this dungeon, where we're gonna go next?
Yeah.
Essentially from this point on, you guys are like wrapping up quests. And then if you wanted to, you can treat with the dragon from Dragon of Icefire Peak. But I'll be honest with you guys have otherwise ignored every single plot hook from Dragon of Icefire Peak. So I haven't even really thought of it too much of you guys were playing a dual campaign so much as you constantly played the Lost Mine of Fandover.
We're very focused.
Take a Manicore, run the other way!
Yeah, well, we were like first level, weren't we?
The
Yeah.
fair.
It was
Yeah.
an
Right?
injured,
Wasn't that the right choice?
it was an injured baby Manicore, so it's
we
literally
didn't know
designed
that.
for level ones. But you guys saw it and ran the other way.
All right. I think it was a good choice at the time. Anywho,
Yeah,
I
I'm
didn't-
good with whatever. For me, I mean, what are we gonna say, Ty? Sorry.
oh, you're good. I thought this campaign was gonna go on a lot longer than this.
No,
I guess I didn't read it.
my point is to give you all the opportunity to decide which direction the campaign goes. This starter
Huh.
campaign wraps. If you guys don't have any direction to give me, I can pick something, but it means nothing about whether I know what you want to play.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And it's one of the things where like every bit of feedback helps me build on knowing what you like to do, but for what it's worth, I want to see if you guys have any ideas already in mind. And that's what I was asking the other day. But that can be spent non-game time. But I do want everybody to contemplate that, and I was hoping to actually spend time after the actual session actively discussing that as well.
okay.
But for now, everybody took a long rest. You're all fresh.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, rising the next morning, there's basically a fire set up in this room. Above, I think Jackson would pretty quickly recognize upon waking up with the fire in the room that there are indeed things crawling on the ceiling. If you'd like, you can do a what is that? A wilderness? No, I feel like wilderness is the wrong. Animal handling or survival check.
Okay, they're both the same for me.
Seems like the ceiling's moving. But yeah, you guys are woken up to breakfast prepared, and it seems like everybody is kind of set and fresh. The spider is going to request that you all finish the job and try to take the Spellforge and, if possible, clear the rest of this place so we can start to bring everything back online.
Victor, do you want to tell the spider what we found in the forge? The
Oh yeah.
ask if she has any knowledge or advice with how we might deal with it.
Yeah. So then I'll turn to ask her. I'll describe its form and kind of what it was saying, the actions and stuff, and if at first if she can tell me what it is.
I think in the process of describing it, of course, never roll if you don't want to fail. I think in the process of describing it, he would recognize the description as, of course, a 2 and a 4. Yeah, she would only really know it as an aberration, and wouldn't really be able to name the creature. And I think Gundren would be able to clue you in that it was a servant of one of the wizards that would have ran the Spellforge generations ago.
Um, Wasn't there? Oh, I'm gonna look to Ezra and ask him if he remembers off my description. Uh, See if he can remember if he's heard anything about what this creature is.
Ezra, do an Arcana check. I think that's successful enough. You could name it a gazer. It is an aberration. They tend to have magical powers that they are able to unleash from their eyes. And it is likely insane.
Well, I tell Victor that.
Okay.
If we could somehow blind it, would that easier to deal with? Do you think, Ezra?
Like all 4 of its eyes.
I mean, maybe.
Like we just find some big heavy blanket and throw it over the thing.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of like spells require it to see either whatever it's casting on, right? So especially if it's coming from its eyes, yeah, that would do something.
I think you all are giving too much credit for something that is a... Oh, what's the word for it? I think you're mistaking causation for correlation. I don't believe it needs its sight so much as that's where the spells come from.
Okay.
There are
Makes
certain
sense.
things that you can certainly do to hurt one, but if it was willing to speak with you, you might have already been on the right track.
I think I've burned that bridge now. I did not do too well trying to talk it down.
Well, if it is indeed insane, then perhaps it won't remember, or we can try again.
Well, yeah, I guess it couldn't hurt. We're most likely gonna have to kill it anyway. I might as well try one more time when we go back. Um, uh,
I mean, we know it's what you've told us. It's obsessed with its master. Only we had more information about the master, we could trick it or
Yeah, I think the master lived in that one house we were trying to get into. Um, maybe we could.
That
It-
housing you actually found, that would be the wizard housing. It's not necessarily a particular wizard who lives here at any given time, but in the time of when we used this place, there were often 3 or 4 different human wizards at any given time tending to the forge. It's more of guest housing. A rock bed and breakfast, if you will. TM.
Well. Victor, perhaps you can convince it that you are one of its masters.
Yeah, I could do that. I don't exactly have the right get up for a wizard, probably, but I could give it a shot. I also think I do have minor illusion, so maybe I can conjure something to look like one of it, or if I could like find like a painting or something in that place that looks like a wizard, or I don't know. I'm just throwing out ideas here. I don't know what to do with this thing. I just feel like most likely we're just gonna destroy it.
Can you introduce it to Ezra? Will it mistake Ezra for its master?
Maybe.
Because he hasn't seen Ezra.
Ezra, do you speak deep speech?
Not even a little.
Okay.
Alright, so that's not going to work.
Yeah. um. Yeah. Maybe I could do minor illusion to where it looks like Ezra's speaking deep speech. That might work.
Just tell it you were testing it before and that it passed your test, that you are one of its masters.
Oh, okay.
Just need to sell it.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand back while this is going on.
All right. That's the plan. We're gonna try and mess with this thing again.
I mean, perhaps we could try and get into that house first just to see if there's anything there that might aid the charade. And if all else fails, kill it.
I feel good about that. I feel real good.
So if I understand this correctly at present, the idea is to go back towards the human housing and past the actual workshop.
Yeah, right where I collapsed.
Yeah, I think we failed the first time, and that's when the ghouls showed up. Maybe if we're taking a closer look at the housing, I could see if my crowbar can help sort of force that door open.
Oh, that was a fail. You saw nothing.
I mean, if it's a wizarding bed and breakfast or whatever. Do we know if it's locked by magical means?
We didn't get that far the first time.
Just as far as kind of like a recap of where you all would kind of head through this area. You progress through like the fallen cavern that has like the open rift through it that the water kind of runs through, eventually through another tunnel, and from there you kind of progress through what seems to be the source of the waves crashing in this area, and then finally making it to the east side of that little underground sea. You come down a set of stairs. There's a partially collapsed building with I think the door would essentially be open at this point, and then another slightly larger building with double doors on it. All stone doors, stone buildings, and they seem to just be kind of carved out of the actual walls of the cavern itself before progressing down another set of stairs and finding yourselves where you are currently at, which is what appears to be the wizard housing in the east side of these caverns.
Also, as we're going along here, I totally forgot. I have a suggestion as a spell. I can cast suggestion on this thing. Yeah, until it's like regardless it's friendly. In a sense. Totally forgot I could do that. Just something on the table if we're up for that. Also, are we on the map?
You guys should be in kind of the central east side of the map at this point.
I'm still
Oh.
on the big map.
Yeah, I'm still seeing the
Oh,
map
shit,
of
my
the Sword
bad.
Coast.
I'm so bad about actually. I've been moving you guys around, revealing shit, and I forgot to actually drag you onto that same map.
Yeah, when you said
Oh.
you saw nothing, I was like, I don't know what he's talking about.
I went to look to see what we didn't see, and there was still just the map. So
All good.
Usually a good clue that I forgot to switch you guys onto the map when I start describing the actual map or stuff like that where I make a mistake.
we have been inside that Spellforge building, like in the main room, but
Well, that's part of what I mean. I re-hid everything.
Oh,
So
okay,
I
gotcha.
re-revealed this whole section because essentially, as long as this is a wild place, exploring stuff is exploring in the same way. You guys just have a better memory of this. And then as well, progressing forward, it's not unheard of that one of the dwarves would have described things. So you can kind of like ask me at different points if the dwarves kind of told you where you might be looking at that point.
Okay. So try this again.
Rick, you want to give another shot at that door? I'm gonna keep watch, sort of where the ghouls came from last time, and sort of vigilant, trying to get that door open.
What's your actual light situation at this point?
my shield is lit.
Is Burke the only source of light?
I could light my lantern and sort of place it on the ground. I'm gonna have my bow out, but sort of I'll first light it and set it on the ground so you have a little more light, sort of pushing down towards the entrance south there.
Do you want to place it in between those 2 points basically of that next hall? Is that your idea?
Yeah, maybe kind of like where I'm standing now. So it kind of goes back 30 feet, but also forward 30 feet. And then I would back up after I sort of place it on the ground there. Maybe I'll just mark a little.
You guys should have a lantern that you can actually drop. Oh, my bad, it's the torch. I might have deleted the lantern at some point.
Yeah, I'm thinking Ezra should probably have his torch out as well.
Uh,
All right, word. Yep, that's measured correctly for 30 foot. And then beyond that, you see, like, in the dim light, the signs of the mushrooms that you would have spoken about. There's an actual green glow coming from that area as well. I guess really you've approached close enough.
So it's an athletics check to try the door.
And I believe Jason said he gave you his crowbar.
Yep, I've got.
So it's at
I'll
advantage.
give him.
All right, so I'm like trying to figure out how to open the door with the crowbar.
Well, this is just a leverage.
What are you thinking about, Ty?
never mind. I was about to say, like, can we try to be quiet? But then we're trying to use a crowbar on the door, so never mind. I just shut up at that point. I'm preparing to blast any zombies that are going to come from the south. There, that's all I'm doing.
I can see that the sound of my chainmail is making you cringe.
I guess maybe, I don't know. Given it's stonework, maybe you could have Gundren or whoever try and see if they can find like a weak spot, something to. I mean, you already have advantage, so maybe there's
Should
a
I?
particular place where you can leverage. Get the crowbar will. The door open.
Yep. So whenever you're ready, it's just a strength check. It's not actually athletics, but it's an advantage. Yep, you're able to pry it open. It seems just a little bit stuck at first. Perhaps some of the gravel from some of this destruction was wedged in there. But very quickly, you're able to pry it open. Once you actually start to move the door, they seem like hinged well enough that they're still moving with little to no effort. So you can open both of those doors.
Great. So I'm going to slide the doors open and take a peek.
So as you first look inside of there, you see a little area that seems to be split off. Two decrepit old beds that have started to collapse. There's a few different wooden desks that are in kind of a very similar decrepit kind of state of affairs where they're starting to fall apart. And then they've each got a chair. But it seems like a pretty austere living quarters with a little separation in between it to allow people to rest and sleep in here, but otherwise it doesn't really seem to offer much like amenities or anything. And then there's a door in the south.
Can't believe I died to get into this building.
I'll suggest that Ezra and Victor keep an eye on the south. I'm gonna head in and see if rifle through those desks. Just maybe they will get lucky.
I'm going to keep an eye on the door while you're doing that.
Probably try and check the desks for traps first.
There's not much to them. There's like a quill on one of them. There's some paper that, like, the moment you touch it, the parchment seems to like disintegrate in your hand. There's not really much remaining to them. You can do a general investigation though. After a few moments, you kind of look through everything in the room, and there seems to be a like smaller chest like hidden underneath one of the beds that has kind of rotted away, and you would notice like this lump that seems to like be remaining. So you find a small chest. It's more long than it is high. It seems to be locked, and it does indeed seem to have some like ornate embossing, like gold embossed outers to it. Seems pretty nice. Seems rather intact for the rest of the situation that this room is in.
Okay, so I'll tell the others I might have found something. So I'll try and check to see if I can find any traps on it before I try to lock. Is that investigation or perception? Sorry for the traps.
It'll be investigation to check to see if there's a trap. Searching over it, the lock seems to be just a normal lock. It doesn't seem to be trapped or anything.
Okay, so I'll try and lock open. I don't think I have thieves' tool.
Does anybody have thieves' tools?
I mean, I have them. I'm just looking for what to roll.
Oh, okay. Do you have proficiency with thieves' tools?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's just a dexterity check, and then you add your proficiency bonus.
I was so surprised that you didn't have thieves' tools. That seems so strange to me.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta keep up with people, because when you fail by enough, thieves' tools start to break. So that's usually what it would have been if a rogue doesn't have them.
So that'll be, I guess, a 19 then.
Yeah. So you're able to kind of fidget with the tumblers, and after a few moments, there's only kind of 2 tumblers inside of it. You lock them in place. You're able to turn it. You hear the lock kind of snap open, and as it pops up, you actually hear a whisper as you start to see a creature floating through the stone in front of you. Why are you in my... My bad, I might have whispered that too low. It says, "Why are you in my things?"
My apologies. I realized they were yours. Who are you?
Your presence is an offense to me. Leave this place.
Can we all hear this?
It is effectively a whisper. So anybody, yeah, pretty much anybody can make a perception, but it's at disadvantage.
Give it a shot.
And I believe Burke said he was watching that door to the south, so he's not really looking either.
Never mind. Hey.
But yeah, I think Burke and Ezra can successfully pick up that there's a whisper that is not Justin in that room.
And can you describe again what we see?
It is a rather hollow-looking apparition. It's almost just smoke and eyes kind of in front of the face of Justin. It essentially rose through the stone and through the chest itself. So it's almost like just a wispy face kind of looking eye to eye with Justin. You from inside would be able to pick up that there's still parts of its body like inside of the stone itself. Your presence is offensive. Be gone from this place. These treasures are mine, and mine alone. Not for you to plunder.
I did not mean to offend you or to steal your things. We're simply trying to rid this place of scourge of undead, and we're looking for any advantage. I apologize. And I'm I guess probably trying to be deceptive at that point. Just trying to.
You can roll a deception check. All cursed to remain in this place for having failed to defend it long generations ago. You are still unwelcome. But your life for now is yours. Be gone.
And is there anything we can do to break your curse? And sort of as I'm saying that, I'm starting to slowly back towards the door, and I might sort of gesture towards Burke to join me.
My task, once failed, was to defend this land. You truly care to eradicate the undead, finish your task. Come to me. Then I also will be free. Till then, treasures are mine. The chest is gonna snap back shut.
Understood. Thank you for your forbearance. We will.
Miss.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
When I lived, my name must still be polite. My name is Morsk.
Pleased to meet you, Ask. I am Justin. We will do our best to free you of this curse.
Accomplish your task. Free me.
And I think with that, I will back out of the building.
Does it come out? I'm like, don't find anything in there, or what happened?
Well, I did find a chest, but it appears to belong to someone who's not quite gone yet. Sort of explained to them. Uh, I did get a name, or mask, maybe a name that the gazer will recognize. But perhaps if we deal with the undead first, we may find the remainder of our task easier.
Once you all step
Okay.
out of there, the door is gonna slam shut.
So do we have any plan to deal with the undead, or are we just like destroying any undead we find?
The spider said nothing dies down here, so there's something causing that, I guess. So I guess the kind of the plan is to follow the undead till we get to its origin. I guess I don't know. See what's causing it.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
I'm not sure if she meant that any undead that are destroyed are come back, or just that anything that dies comes back as undead. But I feel like we should maybe, if in the course of our investigation things become clearer.
Anyway, yeah, I guess we'll just keep moving. Going to keep moving south, or are we going to go back and deal with the gazer?
Maybe south first. Be my vote.
Okay. All right.
I'm for that.
You said there's like green mushrooms in this like little cave here, south.
Yeah, so as you all progress a little bit closer, you would have mentioned to you yesterday that there were mushrooms in that cavern. As you all approach a little bit closer, there's like a fog and green light that kind of lights that whole area. But just beyond the actual light, you actually can see these minute particles in the air to the south that are like somewhat floating up towards you all where you're at.
Ezra's gonna take a look at the mushrooms, see if we can recognize what kind they are.
Like just from where you're at, or are you moving in to look at them up close?
Oh, I'm moving in a bit.
And did
See.
you light a torch?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, so I would have picked up my lantern at this point and sort of I don't need it at this point. With Edris got his torch and Burke still got his light, so
I wanted to stop him, trying to stop him before he goes into if he to get to the mushrooms, he's gonna have to walk through the gas, right? Like sort of yellow haze.
Yeah, let me have both of you roll an initiative check.
All right,
Essentially it's a dexterity check.
gotcha.
I don't think anybody has alert, but I would give alert credence if somebody had it. Yeah, so you're able to kind of like get a hand on Ezra's chest to try to hold him back from going in. What are you thinking?
I was like, well, I just wanted to stop him before he gets to that. I don't know what's in the that haze could be poisonous or damaging in some way. Don't really know what it is.
Yeah, fair point.
Um,
Let
is there any
me
way?
have you roll a survival, arcana, or medicine check.
Mm, both of us, or
Um, if you have proficiency, Ezra, you can roll in one of those. But Victor can roll whatever he'd like. He's the one thinking about this. You're just kind of having it shared with him.
Hmm.
You understand his caution enough to recognize that breathing particle-rich air may not be the healthiest of choices.
yeah, you have a fair point there, Victor. Check it out.
uh, yeah, yeah. I mean, I can't really tell anything about this stuff, but I don't know. Could be like, I don't know, maybe just cover our faces or something. Maybe just kind of walk through and see what happens, or
Like hold your breath.
yeah, yeah.
maybe if we want to have one person go in, cover their breath, if we I don't know, try and tie a rope to them, and then if something seems to be happening, drag them back out.
Mm,
You walks away. Goes
I
invisible.
volunteer for the dragging them back out duty.
my familiar.
Yeah, he starts walking to the northwest before going invisible.
I tell him to come back to me and turn on invisible.
How did I know?
I'm not gonna send you in there, buddy. Just hang out here for a second, okay?
Well, if you're not going to send me in there, I'll tell you the way out's to the southwest.
Way out to the southwest.
Yeah, like through there?
Okay. Wait, what? The way out of the.
Yeah, if you're planning on going through it, go to the southwest.
Okay. How do you know that?
He waves his hands in front of your eyes. I can see in the darkness.
Okay. All right. I relay that to everybody else. The way out is to the southwest.
The advantage is not being a weak little human.
Um. Uh.
Right? He's got 120-foot dark vision.
What's that?
He's
Yeah,
got
yeah.
120-foot dark vision? Yeah. So All he has to do is basically go where Ezra was, which I'm not sure how far you sent him last time, but essentially, I think from there, he can basically point to the southwest and basically say, go that way.
Trying to the imp thing back up again.
If we hold our breaths, cover our mouths, perhaps we can dash through it.
Eh.
Victor, can you ask you how long the mushrooms last? How far in they extend? How far do we have to go?
I asked him that. If he can tell that.
Just roll a d20 for me, Victor. I think it's like, what is that? Carry the 4, and then 40 feet or so?
40 feet. We can make that.
Not 10 humans, but I think humans kind of vary in size. But like if you had 10 human dead bodies in a row,
I don't
I think
relate
that's 40.
that. 10 human bodies. That's like average 6 foot. He's saying like 60 bodies, 60 feet. Either way, I think if we run through this, we can make it. Holding our breath, we can make it. But we're gonna be running through the cave. They're probably gonna hear us. So I think we can make the dash. We just have to be prepared to fight when we get on the other side. That's my thoughts right now.
Burke seems bemused by you talking to yourself and your invisible friend. It all seems just a little strange.
He's on it. I guess he's still talking telepathically to me, so it's just like this little demon just looking at me. And I'm talking out loud to it, yeah. Imagine it's quite a sight to see.
About how many dead bodies are going to line up in a row. It's strange.
All right. Are we good with the plan of dashing or just being prepared to fight when we get through the hallway? Or excuse me, the corridor or whatever?
That seems like the thing to do. So try and cover your mouths, hold your breaths, and get through it as fast as possible.
I'm going to go last because it's going to sound like a wagon on a rocky road. Me trying to run through there.
I mean, I can probably move the fastest, so I can try and dash through and see if there's anything waiting for us on the other side.
You pretty fast, Ezra? I'm all right.
I mean, I think I'm as fast as Justin.
I don't want to sound cocky or anything, but I'm kind of faster than all of you.
Oh yeah, you're pretty fast. You can fly 40 feet. Whatever, 6 seconds.
Yep.
Okay. All right, I guess you just roll with Justin when you go through there. I'll be behind with Ezra, and then Burke's in the back.
Well, I'm kind of slow if I'm rolling.
No. You know what I mean. Just fly with him, and then
Oh, wow.
hang out with him.
So he's gonna roll.
Yes, he'll roll.
This should be good. I probably wouldn't
Yes,
get the mushrooms on you.
I think that's pretty. I relay that to everybody. Yeah, just so in case that wasn't clear. I think that's a pretty good idea not to have the mushrooms anywhere on you or on your body or anything.
Yeah, maybe I'll try and sort of cover up any loose skin that I exposed skin that I can, and like a strip of clothing to sort of make a improvised mask.
Oh yeah, that's grand. That's definitely a good idea. Don't breathe through a really holy piece of material. I think you're better off holding your breath. Maybe just
Oh, I
not
plan to
stop
do that
inside of
as
there.
well.
He's just trying to prevent anything from getting on his face.
Oh, add water to it.
A good point. Yeah. So, yeah, I guess I'd try and wet it a little bit so it maybe catches the stuff that's coming, and then I'm still gonna plan to hold my breath and just try and dash through as quickly as I can.
Victor, let me have
Take a
you
really
roll
deep
a
breath.
perception check.
These rolls are horrendous again today.
Yeah, at least you're getting them off on like extra little shits.
Mm-hmm. I'm assuming that's just nothing.
Yep, you definitely don't pick up on it.
Okay. Anywho, all right. So we ready for the dash, everybody? Everybody good?
Yeah, I'm skeptical, but sure.
I mean, we could just go back. We don't have to do it. Oh no, we do have to actually. Yeah.
And say what we failed.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, there's
All
no
right, I'm
reason for
ready.
us all. Is there any reason for us all to go at once? Try and have one person try and get through and see what happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna go last because it's gonna be noisy. So,
All right. Well,
Yeah,
Justin,
I
since
know
you're
what's
the
happening.
quietest, I think or do you want me to go?
Well, I'm not going to be moving stealthily. I'm going to be running as fast as I can while holding my breath, praying.
I don't think anyone's gonna be particularly stealthy running at full sprint.
All right.
You guys got this. I'm sure you're not gonna die in the middle of a room full of mushrooms. They're clearly toxic. Did I say that out loud? They're definitely not toxic. To humans.
Maybe you should go first.
Yeah, be voluntary.
Would that damage you? You? Are you immune to? No, you're not immune to toxin, are you?
Depends.
You're immune to fire and poison. You're...
He's gonna turn to Burke and say, "Light me up, big boy."
And I can hear him.
Yep.
So you want me to cast light on you, small thing?
Yep, Globy.
All right, I'll cast light on the thing.
I think if he turns invisible, he would still shed light. So once you tap him and light him up, he's gonna go invisible. And you're just gonna slowly see as he moves through this room. And eventually, depending on like how far you kind of go in, he'll kind of light the way and he'll like stop in the path and just be kind of like a midpoint, but he is clearly not harmed by being inside of this room.
Fuck. Okay. I'm still trying to think of. Originally, we just got to run through this shit. That's all I can
You
think of.
gotta run!
All right. All right.
All right, I'm just going to.
Oh shit!
Can I switch to his eyes really quick? Yeah, how far away I am.
When you switch to his eyes, he is looking to the southwest, and there are wings flurrying in the cavern.
Alright, so I'm gonna tell him to come back. Fly back as fast as he can.
I think I woke some shit up. I shouldn't have yelled. Seems like a poor choice.
I think it was, yeah. Fuck. You just tell what it was? What was it?
Roll an intelligence check for me.
I don't know what it is, dude.
No, you saw wings. That's about it.
Yeah.
Bloodhawks.
Yeah. Oh, what type of wings were they? Just like regular, like bird wings, or like?
You're not
or was
getting
I not
more
able
with
to
the
tell?
6.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I just saw wings. Yeah. Okay.
I think you guys can still do it, but you're definitely running into a fight.
All right. Let's just do it. Let's just make the run, guys. Let's just run. I mean, that's. I don't know of any other option here at this point.
Here goes nothing, I guess.
Okay.
So he'll fly like 10 feet in front of Justin, basically, lighting the way. He is still invisible, but he's shedding light as you go.
Okay. You want us to? I'm just gonna. As soon as Justin goes, I'm gonna run in.
Does everybody
Yeah.
intend to run?
Yeah.
Oh,
Dasher.
I'm gonna hold my breath and cover my face as like as the I guess everyone else is doing. I don't know.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have I'll have my actually I'm gonna have a couple daggers out when I through. I should be able to. I think we can all dash that 60 feet or whatever.
Yeah.
So again, everybody's running?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, yep. Everybody can basically go beside you and situate yourselves how you'd like to, and then I'm going to reveal the combat that you have ahead of you.
And I don't know if it matters, but I have said like I would have used my bonus. Oh, I guess matter whether I use my action or bonus action to dash. But
Yeah, it's just starting fresh here. Essentially, that room was if you stop inside of it, you have to make a Constitution save.
okay.
Use a really good way to cheat the system, though, and get past it because he is immune. So basically, in that little corridor there, and then behind that kind of line, like you have to be southwest of that. I want you guys to kind of situate yourselves how you'd like to be. That's going to take a con save.
Oh wait, what?
You want to be the
Like
other side of that line.
southwest of the line, yep.
Oh my bad.
Where we kind of already were.
Like it's poison inside of that area.
Gotcha. I'm gonna pull you back with me as we get clear. Kind of like right there.
And then
And
so as far as Burke's light goes, it's still on you. Jackson and Ezra still have torches, or Jackson, you're rocking out a lantern?
so I picked up my lantern. I said I ran through. I've got daggers in my hands. I think
Gotcha.
Ezra still has his torch though.
Yeah, I have my torch.
And have to shoot through everybody. Oh, he's a little fuck.
You guys lucked out. My rolling to yell with him wakes them up instead of you guys getting surprised when you walk underneath them. That makes it a lot easier to fight these things.
Did I miss it back in the temple? What was living on the ceiling?
Nobody figured out. Jasmine was just able to spot that they were up there.
Yeah, I couldn't make out what it actually was.
Sorry, and like the dwarven temple back there?
Yeah.
Yeah, we woke up from the long rest and I saw that the ceiling seemed to be kind of moving a little bit or something was up there, but I couldn't. What?
Interesting. I'm sorry. Do you want me to roll a initiative for you as well?
Yep, anytime you've got him, you need to roll for him.
All right, let me see.
I'm not sure if you have the thing to add a turn, though. Oh, goddammit, I was still selected on all of them. Fuck.
What? Not deception. Fuck.
You roll an 11, though. That's all that really matters.
There you go. Was Dex is +3, Deception is +4. So I don't know if you want to roll that or.
Nope, what I mean is I know what the D20 is, and I can add his dex.
Okay. Fair enough. E.
Alrighty. What's your dex on Victor?
My Dex is +2.
Alright. Burke and Justin. A bat is going to fly past you.
And we can have a reaction. Is that what you mean?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll try to swat it out of the air with one of my daggers.
Me too.
Both of those will hit. And it dies.
Sorry. Double clutch.
Thank you.
One is going to try to bite Burke. And it's
Can't
going to
believe it.
miss with a 10. And it's going to go to Victor.
Yay. Mm-hmm. I'm going to attempt to. Yeah, I'm just going to try and Eldritch Blast the one directly west of Burke. Yeah.
14 hits. And it splats against the wall. Oh, damn it.
What happened?
Oh, I had like creatures staged in initiative, and it deleted that staging when I deleted the creature. But do you have anything else to do on your turn?
Probably my fault. I should probably know how to do this by now. But like, can I give him a command? Give you a command, and he'll attack on his turn. Doesn't like doesn't have to take my action. Give him a command to go kill somebody or something.
Feel like find familiar. Says it's an action?
It's your commands. In combat, it rolls its own initiative and acts on its own turn. If it can't attack, or can't attack, but it can take other actions as. But can attack. I would have to be controlling him to attack with him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so like you could have it take the dodge action, you could have it take the help action. The help would probably be the one that you would want to use. But I'll tell you what, with intelligent creatures, if he helps once, they're probably going to realize it and attack and kill him afterwards.
Okay.
But
Yeah, so
you can basically do every action except for the help, or except for the attack action with him.
I got you. Yeah, so that's it for me for right now then.
Did I lose you guys?
No, I'm just moving 4 different creatures. All right, I think I've got one on each of you all here. So we are going to do... All right, so a 12's going to miss Burke. An 11's going to miss Justin. A 17 might hit Ezra. And then a 14, does that hit Victor?
Yes, it does. Yep.
So Ezra is 6 damage, 6 piercing damage, and a Scourge attaches to you. And then Victor is 6 piercing damage as well, and a Scourge attaches to you as well.
All right.
Alrighty, and then it is gonna go to Ezra.
I'm gonna drop my torch and pull out my quarterstaff. And then I'm gonna try to hit the Scourge that latched onto me.
Roll a actual attack, a d20 plus your probably dex.
Oh,
wait,
yeah,
is a
roll.
staff actually finesse?
No, it's simple and versatile.
Yeah, so plus your strength. You might have the actual attack action, you can click it, but yep, 7's gonna miss.
Okay.
Whole lot of 7s.
Right?
Yeah. Very many sevens. But yeah, that's the end of my turn.
That's gonna go to Burke. Oh wait, my bad. I psyched that out. I've got 2 more in line there. And one's gonna attack Justin. Or a 7's gonna, or an 8's gonna miss. And then it will go to Burke, my bad.
Burke's gonna drop his shield, and he's gonna attack with his 2 light hammers. First at the one that's what are the physics of me attacking the one that's on the person next to me?
It's essentially like any other attack. You can attack one that's on you. I think a nat 1 would hit yourself. If you attack Justin, it's a nat 1 to try to hit him.
Okay, I'm gonna attack first the one that's on Justin. Are there 2 on him or just 1?
Well, they both missed, so they're not attached.
Yeah.
Oh, they're not on you. Okay,
right
great.
now, the only ones that are actively on somebody is Ezra and Victor have them attached. Justin has 2 that are like essentially like flying around him, and you have 1 flying around you.
Okay, I can't reach the Justin one. I can't reach the guys that have them on them. All right, so I'm just gonna attack the one that's flying around me first.
Like, if you wanted to, you could move through Justin. It's 10 feet of movement. So you could get to somebody. You would just have to end the turn not in the same space. So,
Will there be attack of opportunity, though?
I mean, you would risk the one that is flying around you, but that's up to you. Like, that's a choice for you to make.
Yeah, I'm remembering the Sturgis, once they're attached, they get to suck blood on their second turn. So that's the
Do you remember the
worst
other
thing.
quality that they had?
After they fill up, they detach.
Excellent. Do you remember the number?
6, 7 hit points, something like
It's
that.
10, right? 10?
Yep, 10 hit points. So those two are probably going to, I mean, I can actually say a d4 plus 3, they're going to suck the remaining hit points out of them and then be done.
But they're going to survive because it's less than 10 hit points total.
I mean, you can attack the one on you first and then move.
Yeah, well, let's try to attack the one that's on me. We'll just see how that goes. Light hammer, attack number 1.
19 hits. And that will kill.
Great. And can I live in this space right here?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at in the end.
Okay, cool.
That's one of the problems with having a non-linear map.
All right, so I'm going to attack the one that's on Victor, I think. Light hammer attack.
24 hits. That will kill.
I'm going to stay right there.
What is it? It's like, what's your special ability that lets you attack twice right now?
Well, I think I'm attacking twice because I'm using 2 light hammers, but my special ability
So
is
that was
War
a bonus
Priest.
action for it, yeah. And
Yeah,
then the
War
War
Priest
Priest
would let me
lets
do
you
that.
do it as a bonus action, but you could hold your shield, basically.
Yeah, I can attack. I can get another full attack as a bonus action. I can only do that 3 times per long rest.
Gotcha.
So I'm just doing the 2-handed thing. Remember, like day 1, we had this conversation where you were encouraging us to pay attention to this tool. And I think my character died because he wasn't doing it.
Well,
Maybe
low
on day 1
levels,
as
it's
well.
such an important thing to, like, even if it's not your end game desire to use said weapon, to low level use 2 light weapons. I had a player who was using, like, his greatsword, and he was always salty that he would always miss. And he's, like, comparing himself to somebody who's using 2 daggers. And it's like, dude, the guy with the daggers is significantly less damage, but is taking twice as many attacks as you.
All right, well, I'm not going to try to bonus action on top of that because I bonus actioned already. So
Yep.
Thanks.
And then it'll go to Justin.
All right, so I'm going to swing first at the one of the ones attacking me with one of my daggers. The top one.
$15 hits. And 8 will kill.
And then I'm going to, with my other dagger, try and turn and slash the one that's attacking Ezra out of the air.
Fuck, I don't know what I just deleted. God damn it.
doesn't look like you deleted anything.
No, I deleted someone. I feel like it was the one off of Victor. Wait, but
Well, that one
was
is
already
dead.
Yeah.
You turned off the net that was on Victor.
No, I turned that off.
Oh, that
I
was
turned
you.
that
Okay.
off myself. Yeah. I saw the one that I guess Jason just killed to the north.
Yeah, so
Maybe.
there still should be one on me.
Yeah, so you
Or
killed
one
the one that
attacking
would
me.
be on Ezra.
Right.
Yeah.
And the other one that was on me.
This is really like a tabletop game. You're like moving stuff around to see what's underneath them. It's nice.
Oh, it's hell to deal with these tiny creatures. But I think that's good. I think you're down to 3 of them. 1 is on Justin, and 2 haven't gotten to take their turn.
Well, thanks for telling us about those other 2.
Well, I think once Justin finishes, they're about to rush in. Oh, do they not show up on initiative before I give them an initiative?
I see 2
I
with
see 'em.
initiative of 5. Yeah.
I saw
Well,
2
wait,
zeros.
though. Okay, you saw the zeros. Yeah, that's what meant.
Yeah.
But you're good there, Justin?
Yeah, I don't want to move back or so I'm
So 1 is going to attack Burke here with a 22 for 6 damage.
Got it.
And then it is going to go to... I mean, for what it's worth, I feel like you guys are just going to auto-clean these guys up. I don't think there's any reason to play out the combat. Do you guys want to describe how, Victor, Ezra, and Burke finish off these last 3?
Well, I'm definitely going to take a hammer swing or 2 at the one that's on me. Try to splat it against my armor.
The simple blast, Victor. That would
Yeah.
be a
So, finishing with... what's your attack, Ezra?
Just swinging with my quarterstaff.
All right, let's see. Ezra, roll a d20. You need to get yourself shillelagh before I give you an auto kill on the quarterstaff attack.
Oh wait, don't I have that?
You need to use shillelagh when you're going to make a melee attack. What's your plus to your attack?
It's plus 2, yeah.
Plus 2? Nope, that's a miss. So we're going to do one more on Justin before he gets a chance to kill it. I think it's going to miss with a 13.
Yep.
All right, there we go. Justin, how do you kill it?
going to take, since it's the last one left, I'm going to take both my daggers and just skewer it out of the air.
As soon as you said both my daggers, I thought of Anakin cutting off Dooku's head, where you just pierce it and then you just tear it in two.
Probably better, yeah. Pin it against the wall with one of them and then just, yeah.
All right, so you guys finish off that little area. The flapping of wings starts to calm down for a moment, and Yu's gonna look at you guys. He's still invisible right now, but out loud he's gonna say, "Yeah, you guys should keep your voices down. That was really stupid to start yelling in here."
I believe that's the pot calling the kettle black, you.
Who are you guys talking to?
I think we'd be talking out loud at that point. Or
No, yeah. I tried to say that was out loud.
yeah.
To be honest with you, most of the time, unless I'm specifically trying to fuck with Victor, he's gonna be speaking out loud.
I figured, yeah. I started to pick that up, yeah.
There'll be certain times where he's specifically trying to fuck with your head, but I gotta give you some credit for that moment of saying, yeah, I'm not gonna send you in there. He was like, oh, it's an improvement.
To be honest, I don't want to cast a spell again to waste a spell slot.
I kind of gathered it wasn't really for him, but he doesn't really think about the components. He doesn't see that part of the spell happening.
Yeah.
You gonna send your little friend around this corner, buddy?
Nah, we can walk around there. It'll be all right.
Well, go through the mushrooms. Maybe I should try and get a sneak peek ahead.
Bert's gonna pick his shield back up and cast light on it.
There's a larger cavern up there. Seems to go north and south.
Oh, to our north? Back in that room, or? Oh, wait.
So I didn't actually get it set up in the handouts. Let me actually give you all a map that the dwarves would basically describe this rough setup for you. Because I think at this point you guys would have... That, in my opinion, is kind of the benefit of having essentially parlayed with both sides, is I feel like at this point it's not unheard of for you guys to have access to extra knowledge by doing that. So give me 1 second.
Well, and remember they told us to stay out of the center area because we couldn't handle it.
Well, at this point, though, part of what they're talking about you doing is actually clearing everything out.
Well, and we're all here now, so
But yeah, we're gonna end up facing whatever the hell's in there. Yeah. Right?
Yeah, I mean, part
Yeah.
of the biggest thing that I was telling you guys to avoid it from is before you had 3 people, versus now you actually have a traditional party. And then, among other things, you effectively have 2 healers.
And we've gotten our long rest, so we're back to.
Yeah, and a fresh long rest is definitely... Like, removing the big bad and having a fresh long rest in here, and safely getting a long rest, it gives you a lot more credence to clear this whole way. So... Everybody should see the map of Cornbahir at this point.
Yep.
So effectively, I think it's safe to say that the dwarves described this to you. For what it's worth, you don't specifically have a map in front of you. That would kind of be the benefit of having a cartographer with you. But I think it's enough that you guys can understand the general layout of what you're working with. And I think stat-wise, you all are intelligent enough to kind of remember it and kind of work with things. I would say if anybody like re-accesses this, it would kind of be Justin. I think he's the highest intelligence player, so he might be the person who like sketched an actual map as the dwarves described it, to have a little more access to it. But that would be generally what you all are working with. In that top right section, that's the forge that you were told to avoid. You can see, or not the forge, it's the foundry, and you can see like the bellows above the actual like square foundry. And then the actual main hall is that big long beam in the center. And that was one of the other points that they warned you, that the undead was the worst in this area. And then they wouldn't know like the different collapse sections. They basically, again, describe it more or less as the more proper tunnels. So they describe that actual area where it says Wave Echo Cave, like they describe that as the old entrance, which they know enough that it's been lost to time, but nobody's actually been there to explore it. So you guys are effectively coming up on that little entryway just beyond the old Wave Echo entrance.
Okay.
Maybe suggest checking out those rooms to the south there. We tackle the foundry.
Okay. Okay. And we were a couple of turns from walking right into the shit.
Yeah, so like the bugbears told you all not to enter the foundry from the like rift area, and then you guys like that like half ceiling that you kind of walked up to from the waterway, that was the like exit of the water that powers the foundry. So you guys walked by like the 2 water flow points of the foundry, And then outside of the actual Forge of Spells, you basically walked around that corner, and that's why you saw the glow of something inside of the foundry. And then the other side of that guard room where you found Tharden was the foundry.
Okay. Get that anymore. Alrighty.
I'd probably at this point sheathe my daggers, pull out a torch again, give myself some light in the lead. Start trying to stealthily move, continue on to the southwest here through this corridor.
Word. So yeah, what are you looking to explore as you start to move into this cavern? It opens up into a wider little frame. You start to see a way up to the north, a way down to the south that's actually like finished hall, and then there appears to be signs that there's more to the west of you.
Well, my first thought was to go check out the south.
All right, so I'm not revealing anything else at this point. I'm going to give you actual like theater of the mind at this point. So as you start to head to the south, the walls again continue on as like finished dwarven masonry. You're starting to recognize this actual signs that this is some of the more proper aspects that they created, not the original cavern that might have existed here more naturally. Progressing forward about 20 or 30 feet to the south, you start to see that it opens up to the east and to the west of you. You're pretty sure... Give me an intelligence roll. Pretty sure they described that the guard room is to the west, the old guard room, and then the old assayer's office, like the person who would kind of pay out people for their different like fines in mining, is to the east of you.
All right, well,
Each of them has a like a big stone door that's already shut though, and then you see like the first signs of the collapse far to the south.
okay. Well, if the assayer's office is where the gold for payment was kept, that would be Justin's first thought.
Are you gonna go in there solo?
So I think he'd go in. He'd try and listen to the door first.
Do a perception check. Seems quiet. Doesn't seem to have any signs of anything behind it.
All right. So I suggest Justin would suggest we stick fairly close together for now. But he'll go ahead and try and open the door.
So wait, right now you're solo at that door. Do you want to go grab them?
Oh yeah, I would come back and tell them sort of what I've seen, and then just they join me.
Gotcha. So now you guys can move your miniatures up to how you'd like to be.
I think I'll be right there. Tries to open that door.
With everybody in position, are you ready to open the door, Justin?
Yep.
Seems to open without any real trouble. As you kind of look inside, there's a large chamber. There's definitely like a lot of like little storage cubbies around it. There's like a large stone counter that kind of isolates those cubbies. There's a few balancing scales on it. And then there seems to be like disintegrated paper scraps around, as well as several dead corpses. Signs that they were gnomes, orcs, as well as a dwarf.
Okay, so what condition are the corpses in? Do they look like they're rotting or fresh or skeletal?
Kind of the classic, like, dusty, mummified skeleton. There's certainly, like, bits of flesh still remaining on them that is almost dried into, like, a parchment. But most of them are pretty much like that pure, classic, bleached bone skeleton.
Wonder if there's a trap.
It's a trap.
Roll an intelligence for me, Burke. You heard the start of at least the spider as well as the rock seekers describing that or as well as the wraith now, or Mormisk, I should say, describing that when this place fell, it wasn't so much that there was infighting, but that they started to lose enough cohesion that when orcs raided this place, it fell. More or less because they weren't working as like three united fronts. So in particular, you at least have a little bit of a hunch that this might have been from that battle, seeing an orc, dwarf, and gnome.
I'm gonna tell my suspicions to everybody.
All right.
Keep an eye out and give a shout if they start moving. Going to creep inside and try and take a look in the cubbies, see if there's anything still inside any of them.
So just move inside to make an investigation, like behind that desk. You want the others
I would
to keep
wait. Yeah, I would wait for somebody else to sort of at least come to the doorway to keep an eye on the corpses as I'm going to investigate the
I'll keep an eye on them.
Once you step behind the desk, you're spotting, like, around the actual cubbies, there seems to be a lot of this paperwork that was perhaps, like, essentially, like, the clerical and bookkeeping of this area. And in the process of kind of looking through, you end up spotting that there is a strong box in one of the larger but much lower cubbies, essentially like, at, oh man, calf is the wrong ankle height. Calf works.
okay. I am going to try and quickly check it to see if it might be trapped.
Yeah, do an investigation. Seems good. Seems to be a pretty traditional dwarven lock. You're pretty sure it's a double tumbler, and it should be, maybe a little difficult to get open, but it seems like a very solid, normal, strong box.
Okay, I'm gonna try and I'll try and pick the lock. Must be 11.
You're gonna try. You're twisting. You feel like you've got the two tumblers. You start to put a little bit of pressure on your oh man, I think it's called the S hook. You start to put a little bit of pressure on it, and you're gonna snap that tool. Let me have you edit your thieves tools and just write down -1. And effectively, if that minus ever becomes equal with your dexterity bonus, your tool set is destroyed.
Okay.
So you can give it another go, but you're going to be using suboptimal tools. And this is a chest that at least feels difficult to get open.
Can we take it with us?
Can I see how heavy it is? Movable?
So the chest weighs about like 50 pounds.
I'll have to come back for that, maybe.
Bert can carry it, maybe.
I was going to ask you to see if he had any ideas how maybe he could unlock this thing.
I don't think there's any reason to assume that an imp can do this. Can break a lot of aspects of the game with a familiar, but I don't think there's any reason that he's got lockpicking skills.
Okay.
How do I know what my encumbered weight to carry is? Anybody know that?
Let's see. It is 15 times your strength, so you are what, like 260-ish, and you've got 135 on you.
So I could carry 260?
That was me pretending I can do math in my head really quickly.
That seems like a crazy number, but yeah, I think I
240.
can probably.
That was pretty close, though.
Carry it.
So yeah, you can do like 105 extra pounds. So I think if you added the
Yeah, I can
chest,
take the trunk.
I'm just gonna
You
add
think
it
it's
on your
worth us?
inventory real quick.
Yeah, you think it's worth us taking it with us, Justin? I'll carry it.
If you don't mind carrying it. Get it open at some point.
Maybe I can drop it off something onto the ground and it'll smash open.
Yeah.
Seems sturdy, but
And we searched the room, right? We didn't like. Did you comb the room to see if we could find a key or?
I wasn't searching specifically for a key. I guess not having been able to open the lock. If you want to let me try and take another look around, searching specifically for a key.
Oh, I mean, I was just. You don't have to. I just thought of that already.
No, I was just sort of a general search of the area.
Gotcha.
I guess I could try and search the dwarven corpse because they would be the most likely to have it. My thinking, but
Do another investigation. Looking around for anything that seems to be a key that would go with it. You find that the dwarf seems to have like the remnants of a chain necklace that has been snapped off, and perhaps at one point there was a key, but it could be anything at this point that was around that dwarf's neck.
okay.
That's called don't ask for a roll if you don't want a success.
Well, there may have once been a key, but it's long gone now. Expected.
All right then.
Yeah, so I guess Burke, if you don't mind carrying it, and we can get it back to Gundren. Maybe they've got some idea about how to get that thing open.
Yeah, I don't want Gundren to have any of what's in it, but fair enough. You'll be able to pick it when we're out of here under no stress, I'm sure.
I appreciate the vote of confidence.
What's in this other room? You know what
This
it
is the guard room, but we haven't checked it yet.
Okay.
Probably some undead things that are gonna jump up. Who wants to go first?
I would probably move over again and sort of do the same thing, listen at the door, see if I can hear the other side.
Nose goes. I put my finger on my nose.
Does that make you go? That means you volunteered to go.
The nose goes. I mean, shut up. You know what I meant.
Berg didn't know what you meant.
You mean like noses, not it, that kind of thing?
Whoever touches their nose last goes.
Yeah. Whatever.
We don't have the same, like, we don't have a geographic sort of common background, the bunch of
Right,
them.
right.
Yeah, Ezra's just looking confused and
Yeah, that's not a thing in
tapping
your
his nose.
country.
What?
I realized no one's picked up what I'm saying, and I just I put my hand back down.
Are you still talking? Are you still talking to yourself?
It seems
apparently
empty,
so.
Justin. There doesn't really sound like there's anything on the other side.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and try to open the door then.
It opens to initiative.
Oh, okay. I thought you were joking.
So did Burke.
No, he rolled a 6. Or a
Yeah, I
7.
figured even if there was something on the other side, I did not hear it.
I was gonna say you can't hear over everybody talking, but then you would just take another 15 minutes to listen to it again.
I was distracted by Victor's nose thingy.
Damn, you roll bad too.
Sorry, I didn't have my token selected. I clicked on it right before I rolled, but maybe I unselected it. I'll take a 0.
No, you got a 2.
Thanks.
Oh,
As you open the door, you see a bunch of creatures, both bones and rotting flesh, just kind of standing. And as you open the door, they all look to you in unison. And I hate playing 95 creatures.
boy.
Perhaps we can shut the door and wedge it shut.
Yeah, that's my first thought on seeing all those things in there.
Is it an inward swinging door or is it an outward swinging door?
What would those be? I think those would be inwards.
Hmm. But I guess you could still put a python in the hinge, prevent it from swinging inwards, but it's going to be difficult, I would think, to stop it from them from pulling it inwards. I don't know. Oh well, wait. I don't know.
I say inward because it is the guard room and the assayer's office. I believe they would both be more defensible from inside if they go inside.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like the guard room you'd want to be able to, and the assayer's office gate from. Yeah.
The fire code would suggest that the door should swing out so people could escape.
Stone doesn't burn?
Just saying that doors in a path of exit should always open outward. My buddy texted me yesterday and he was like, why am I building a treehouse with my kid and wondering if it's to code? So that's just a little bit of that in D&D land today. Justin, do you know what these things are just by looking at them?
You can roll a religion check. or nature.
Burke really can't see.
Do you want me to roll one? I don't have any.
I mean, Ezra has proficiency in nature. He can help.
I am more inclined for the person who I asked if just who was like thinking about it. Realistically, I feel like you can see 4 of them right now. You can roll an intelligence, Justin.
I mean, I guess would they look like something that we saw in the Red Brand corridors?
the miniatures do.
Nope, I don't know anything.
Let's just keep
Like, I guess,
working
like, if
out
they
those
looked-
rolls.
Like if they look like skeletons, I guess, I don't know, would I have a better chance of knowing that because I've already seen.
Your characters don't know, but they're skeletons and zombies.
I'm assuming you're still rolling initiative for them all, or
That's quite literally why I said I hate selecting. This is why I end up creating more powerful creatures, so I don't have to roll for 1,000,000 creatures. Even grouping them together, it's still a pain in the ass to do.
gotcha.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna have at least 2, 3 going ahead of you all. That's a fast fucking zombie right there.
George Romero remakes.
Alrighty, so we are going to start off with 2 shots at Victor. And that'll be +2 AC, Victor, so I think both of these are gonna miss though. I think it is a 9 and a 6.
Victor has cover because they're shooting through the doorway.
Yeah, effectively, yeah. Like between the
Okay.
doorway and
Copy.
then like the actual wall that he's next to as well. And then the other one was at 4, which is Burke. And you're in the same situation, so +2, I think that puts you at 21.
That's right.
It's a 9, so 14 or 13. And then a slam at Justin, which is going to crit for a 23 to hit, and it's going to do 8 damage to you. Bludgeoning.
All right.
And then it's going to Ezra.
I'm gonna use Ice Knife. Like, on that guy. Just threw over.
Alrighty. That's a to hit roll. He's going to have +3 AC. 22 will hit.
Noise. Noise.
And then anyone like
Can
5
you post the actual wording for Ice Knife? Isn't
Yeah.
everybody behind him?
said the target in each creature
Oh, it's on a
within
hit.
Ooh.
Alright, so those 2. And your DC is 13. And that is a dex save. Alrighty, so more of the ice blasts against the two creatures that are next to it, but they all seem damaged by it.
Sorry, I didn't hear the last one. Last.
The other two creatures seem to be more affected by the ice damage, but they all get damaged there. I think it'll go to Justin from there. Oh, wait a
I'm
second.
done.
I feel like... Yep, it goes to Justin.
All right. So, going to shout back to the others that I guess they can see, but a bunch of undead in here. I'm going to try and get. No. I use insightful fighting, then I can't. I'm going to draw my rapier and try to stab out at the zombie that attacked me.
$23 hits. 6 damage.
And then going to try and sort of disengage, trying to use my rapier to sort of keep it at bay. Back up.
Using your bonus action?
Yes. Yeah.
Chip.
Um,
It doesn't seem to react to the actual attack, but you're able to parry away its actual arm as it swings at you.
Okay, then I'm going to back away. I don't think I can hold the door against that many things. I'm not particularly strong, so yeah, that'll be it for my turn.
Victor, what's your dex? +2?
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. Alrighty, so starting off with a zombie trying to slam into Ezra, and then an archer taking a shot at Burke. Burke's gonna have that +2 again. I think both of those are gonna miss. A plus an 11 hit you, Ezra,
No, it doesn't.
and it will go to Victor.
Okay. Dang it, man. What's up my plans?
Roll higher.
I couldn't go through the wall if I were put on.
I like to challenge you guys, but when I've got 12 monsters to control, if you kill a bunch right off the bat, it saves me from controlling all of them.
I was just joking. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to cast Shatter on this point. There we go. That little squiggly line of that box. Okay. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Whatever. Wanted to actually post what it does. How do I do that? There we go. Crash damage, but yeah.
Yeah,
You
so
want me to-
I think that's going to be a corner of that box. Do you want the northern corner, southern corner? Like, which quadrant do you want that to be in? Northeast, southeast, southwest, northwest.
What do you mean? Like, oh, the box that I chose?
Yeah,
Like-
like when you're that's the problem with point spells is I feel like it doesn't matter, but
So essentially, what would I? Like we talked about last time, like it's not actually a circle; it's like more like a box because the math is messed up.
no, shatter's an actual like what is that? I think it should say 10-foot radius. So it's a
Yes.
20-foot circle basically.
Right. So it's 10 feet this way, and then another 10 that way. That's why I was kind of putting it there, so I can get a bunch of guys in this.
But what I'm saying is instead of snap to center, it should be on snap to corner when you're measuring it. Like an intersection. If you're not choosing a creature, I think it has to be a corner. Not sure how much of a difference it makes, but it is minor. Yeah, I think the solution is you can put it in the center of that box, but anything that's half in is getting advantage.
Okay.
I feel like that's just taking it from Warhammer 40k. It's part of what I hate about how shitty Gygax and all his friends were at geometry.
I knew this was gonna fuck everything up. Blow everything up because of how this works. But I still wanted to do it. Sorry. Like the best thing I got.
Mostly they seem unaffected or less affected by the spell. But it certainly does work.
All right. I think that may be it for me. Yeah, that's it for me.
Burks can hold up his holy symbol and speak a prayer censuring the undead, trying to turn them. So it's within 30 feet of me. So it's all the. They have to roll a saving throw. I don't think I have to roll anything.
Your DC on Burke is 13.
Yeah, I mean, it says 13 in
Yeah,
the
13.
spell.
Yeah, it doesn't post that. Like, you didn't post that one with your actual spell on it.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's 13 is mine. You're right. How wise are zombies?
So the 3 front line of you are going to break.
We get some attacks of opportunity as they run off.
Indeed.
Forget if you hit them, it destroys the turning. Sorry.
No, it's good, Justin. You're like the quarterback of this offensive line here. Good.
I can't swing anyway because I can't draw after just cast. I don't think. I don't know. I can't something like that. I can't do anything.
I mean, I do feel like, I don't know, Jason would have seen the last time Burke used his turn undead. That.
But you can't speak out of initiative, so you can't actually tell them that.
All right. Sorry.
I feel like Burke is swinging because you asked if you could swing. Ezra and Victor also have attacks of opportunity.
Okay, so how many are breaking? Just 4?
You only get one reaction, so it's only one attack anyways.
Yeah, no, I get that. So how many of them are responding to
5 failed.
my amazing prayer skills that I have?
I think they're marked.
Okay.
Oh, goddamn. My other one should have gone before Burke. Fuck. Give me a second, because more creatures would be affected by this. So we're going to switch this up a little bit.
Oh, they would have charged in, so they would have been in radius. Got it.
He's already in. So 1 arrow at Victor is a 18 to hit for 6 piercing.
Okay.
Plus 2 AC still on that.
Oh, and it was a 16 to hit, right?
18.
Oh yeah. It hits me. Yep.
Another one shooting an arrow at Victor is going to miss with a 12. And then that one was a 1 against Burke, which would be the same AC, plus 2 AC. And that's going to miss with a 12. Alright, so I think it's one more inside of it. Alright, so I think that's more properly on point there.
Okay.
So yeah,
So-
you do it. 6 are going to run.
And I think we decided, like, Burke knows obviously that if he hits one of these guys as they run, they'll no longer be turned, but that makes sense to him. So he's
That's
gonna
legit enough.
take a swing.
No,
He's going to take a swing.
that's legit enough. You don't have to swing at it. I do want you to hold back on saying those, Justin, because that's the type of thing that in your turn, you could yell out, "Don't attack them,"
Yeah, sorry.
instead
Sorry,
of
got a little
protecting
ahead of
somebody
myself.
from messing up.
Yeah, sorry.
But it is also the type of thing that everybody should start to pay attention to Burke's ability to do that.
So Burke still has movement, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to follow them out to the door and post up with my shield in the way. I would. Is there anything that I can do with my War Priest attack action? Like we've said that if I attack with my Warhammer, I can certainly War Priest a bonus round attack. Can I, if I cast a spell, can I bonus
Nope.
round a spell
It's
action?
specifically
Okay.
an attack action, whereas casting is a spell.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It
And
says
then I
one weapon
think-
attack action. Got it.
I think your channel divinity just takes an action.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it's not
So I'm
technically either. It's neither an attack nor a spell.
Yeah, it's hard to find on the sheet for that reason. But it's as an action. So I'm going to just post up on the door and try to keep them in the room.
You're the closest target, but you would know from experience that they can still find their way past you. If that is their desire.
Yeah, I think they're afraid of me now. Don't you think? Probably not. All right, that's my turn.
Gonna drop an arrow into Victor with plus 2 AC. Going to do an arrow into Burke with a 21 for 4 damage.
Copy that.
Zombie's gonna slam you with a 10, and then it's gonna go to Ezra.
See, if I stand like below Burke and hit the zombie next to him.
Yeah, more or less.
Okay. Move over and I cast. Oh right, I still have. I'm sorry. I'm gonna drop my torch because that's carrying, and pick out the quarterstaff again. And can I still hit after I do that, or is that my action?
It's free to drop something. It's your free
Okay,
action to take out your quarterstaff.
Then I bonus action Shillelagh on my quarterstaff and try to hit.
Was that actually clicking your shillelagh, though?
No, I think I clicked the wrong one. Clicked the quarterstaff only, I think.
If
Yeah.
you're using shillelagh, you need to click it.
Okay, then I'm doing.
So a 20 will hit. Now click the roll damage from the shillelagh. For 4 bludgeoning.
It's something at least. And that's the end of my turn.
Well, shillelagh is much better than attacking with a quarterstaff.
Yeah, I figured that.
And it's going to go to Jason.
Okay, so now I'm gonna warn everybody not to attack the ones that are fleeing away from us. Sorry about that again. I sort of have a similar question. Is it too much if I try to move up next to Burke or sort of into that space and attack the zombie and then move out?
That one's going to have like +4 AC if you attack from north of him.
Okay, and can I make an attack from within his space as long as I can move out again after?
Takes the 10 feet of movement, but I don't think you would be limited on movement. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So you could basically like move in and get back to like next to Victor from where you're at.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, so I'll get a
Like with your disengaged still.
Right. Yeah, so I'll sort of dart in next to Burke, try and stab the zombie attacking him.
Uh, 12 hit.
Oh, never mind. He didn't get sneak, right?
No, he'll get
I
sneak.
should, because Burke is next to him, yeah. And then I'm going to use my bonus action, disengage, and like he's back up.
You killed it, so you don't actually have to disengage.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, that's. I'm gonna move up that way instead. Try and get, because it seems like the skeletons are shooting a lot of arrows. So I'm gonna try and get if I can get any cover from there, and then that'll be my turn.
And do an arrow at Burke. 2 double ones.
Burke's relieved. Do they kill their compatriots too?
No, like the second one is a roll to hit. Same thing that you guys go through when you roll a 1. If there's somebody in the way, you roll to hit them. It's gonna go to Victor.
Okay. I'm going to
Music's so intense.
Step out, and I'm going to blast one directly west of me. Right there. Yeah, directly to have eyesight too.
Gotcha. Direct west.
Gotcha. All right. That was a 2, not a.
7's going to miss.
Okay. Then I'm going to back where you is. That'll be my turn.
All right. I think 17's going to miss Burke.
Yep.
And then 8's going to miss Burke. And it's going to go to you, Burke.
We're just gonna get out in the midst of these guys. And does any of them have an arrow sticking out of them that I can see?
What are you thinking?
I just want to hit the one that's been bloodied.
I don't think any of these have been hit with an arrow.
Okay. So I'm gonna hit this one with my warhammer.
15 hit.
And then I'm gonna attack again with my war priest. On the same one.
And that's going to whiff.
That's my turn. Come on, boys. Let's get after it.
Trying. I did my main thing and it flopped, so did some damage.
All right. Dropping a bow. A skeleton is going to sword swipe at Burke with a 22 to hit for 8 damage.
Okay, which one was it?
Left of you.
Copy that.
Another one I think is going to miss with 15 from the northeast. And it's going to go to Ezra.
I'm gonna move up to like this, and then I'm gonna try to hit the skeleton like the northwest of me.
Victor,
Let's see.
roll a perception check for me.
All right.
Excellent.
I figured.
Not sure if you saw that, but I should have hit it first.
Yeah, by the blocking I can kind of guess.
Let's see. When I hit, I'm just pressing the Shillelagh spell.
Yeah, you've got Shillelagh for a minute, but you still cast it the same way. It just doesn't cost you the bonus action. Like, the way to use your weapon now is by clicking Shillelagh. You just still have a bonus action in case you had something else to do with the bonus.
Okay, then I get it.
I think it's a minute concentration, so... Oh yeah, it's not even concentration.
Yeah, no, not concentration, just a minute straight. Or if I let it go.
15 hits. That skeleton's going to crumble.
And that's the end of my turn.
Thanks, buddy.
Justin, you would hear that there is movement from the north.
All right, so I'm gonna shout to the others. I hear something behind us, to the north. I'm going to come into the room, and I'm going to stab at the skeleton to the northeast of Burke.
$21 hits. 20 is going to kill.
We can block the door from in here, right?
And die inside of there.
If there's a fire, yeah, we would definitely die because we couldn't escape. I've lost track of how much time there is on this turn undead, gentlemen.
A minute, so it's like 10 rounds. It's been like
I think you turn the same time as he shattered, so...
two or three?
2 or 3 out of 10. Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. I sometimes think it's 6 seconds per move and they add up, but that doesn't make sense, right? It's 6 seconds per round. Everybody's turn.
So once everybody goes, it's 6 seconds. So it's
weird, yeah. Essentially, we're all going at the same time.
Yeah, I constantly have to remind myself, I'm not going after the next person. It's all happening at the same time. So.
It's like the bad geometry, but with time.
Yeah, I think a better way of doing initiative, it's just harder to get people into, is to have everybody declare what they're doing and then have everything happen. Instead of allowing people to actually react to what other players do. You all have to decide and basically have it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, our narrative storytelling muscles go in a line, right? Not in a explosion. Makes sense.
Do another sword into Burke. I think it's going to miss with a 14.
Yeah.
And it's going to go to Victor.
Well, I heard him.
Oh, wait, it's
yell.
not going to Victor. My bad.
I'm so fucking dead. Jesus Christ. Nope.
Well, luckily for you, of the 6 that are, or of the 4 that are about to be on you, only 1 can get to you and attack. So let's see if you get paralyzed here. 14 to hit.
That'll do it.
So it's going to hit you for 4 damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Nice.
Oh no. Wait, is you still
It's invisible.
okay? That's what I thought.
All right, now it's on you, Victor.
Okay. Oh man. I'm going to cast Burning Hands. There you go.
Yeah, you can get all 4 of them. DC 13 on you?
Yep. That was
It's
another
a
shit damage roll.
dex. Alrighty, so 13 damage. The one north of you looks to be quite burnt up. The others seem to have kind of just like almost like burned off some of the stink.
Trying to think of if I want to run away or not. See if I can get to the door.
That was absolute shit rolling from my initiative on them. That was 4 dice to get 2 doubles.
I'm going to. Yeah, I think I have to make it, or I'll just lay here and die. Because you're gonna fuck me up. So I'm gonna try and make a break for the door.
Let's see. 2 are going to swipe at you. A 15 and a 14.
They both hit.
Each are going to do 5 damage. And it's 2 more con saves.
Alright. But
One's good.
that.
Oh, wait. Was that?
Oh, hold on, wait.
Oh, yeah. You don't have any difference con. All right, word. Yeah, both of those are good. So what is that? That's 15 feet that you've moved?
Yes. Yep. And I'm gonna move into the door, and I can't shut it. But wait.
Yeah, he's still back there.
Yep.
You gonna tell us? You gonna tell us anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna say there's a bunch of fucking zombies coming down the hallway. 4 of them. Can I also tell him to come with me, or is that too much?
He acts before you.
Oh shit. Okay.
Like, there's a whole turn of initiative before he does anything.
Right.
Gonna have a skeleton. What is that? Shooting at Ezra. And misses. And it's on Burke.
Burke's gonna use his turn to run over and slam the door shut.
Oh.
Gonna do 2 scimitars at you. $23 for 4 damage and a 17 for 2 or for 4. I think the 17 misses.
17 misses, yeah. So I'm gonna make my move and use my action to shut the door, and I want to try to kick it shut or like wedge it shut. Can I do that? That was just as the door shutting one action.
Yeah, what are you gonna try to do?
Wedging. I'm gonna try to just kick a python under the door like a door jam, which we've done a couple times.
Yeah, so like
Got one ready to go.
shutting the door and grabbing your python are like a free action and a action. To actually wedge it's gonna take something else.
Okay, so I'm gonna just keep my weight against the door and be ready to do that next time around. And I want to take it as a bonus action. Take my second wind.
Gotcha. Yeah, so like effectively though, like having the python out allows you to be able to like ready to hand it to somebody as well though. They don't like have to go for it in the same level.
Cool. All right.
I don't think anybody's fighting with a quick access python.
So we got to wedge the door. I'm gonna yell, "We got to wedge the door!" I'm gonna take my second wind and Oh, that doesn't roll it when I do that, does it?
There should be one that actually rolls it versus.
Yeah, there it is. Ooh. I think I did that. Yeah, got it. Okay, I think that's all of the free, regular, and bonus actions that I can take.
Alrighty. Switching back to its bow. Skeleton's going to take a shot at 4 is Burke. With a 6 is gonna miss, and it will go to Ezra.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Let's see. I'm gonna move up like there and hit the skeleton underneath me.
21 hits for 6. And that'll crumble it.
And then I'll end my turn.
And that'll go to Jess.
All right, so I'm going to, hearing Burke, I'm going to move up to him, try to take the python and sort of wedge it into the door to try to help keep it shut. And assuming that's my action, I'm going to, with a bonus action, just try and get insightful fighting on the second closest skeleton to me.
What is that, a deception check?
Yeah, the creature rolls charisma deception against my wisdom insight. It's a contested.
Alright, got a 10.
Can you put that
Yeah.
in the chat, Justin? I'm curious to read it.
The insightful fighting?
Yeah, just the description. All right. Thanks.
All right, and then yeah, so assuming they're trying to wedge the pythons in action, can I move and try to sort of help Burke keep the door shut, essentially, and add my weight to his?
You cannot. Victor and Burke are right
Okay.
next to the door. You can't end your turn inside of the same space as someone
Oh,
else.
yeah, right. Forgot. Yeah. Okay, so I think that's it for me.
I think we move to that skeleton is going to take a shot at 3, which is Ezra, for a 21 to hit for 6 damage.
Yeah, that hits.
Alrighty, one of the ghouls is going to swipe at you with a 11 to hit for 15 or for 5.
He was invisible.
It's just a disadvantage to try to find him, but they operate on smell, so he can't hide his scent.
Well, he's gone.
They're made out of carrion and they operate on smell. Smell terrible.
Our class is 13.
13, it'll miss.
Does he get like a extra cover because he's invisible, or is it just straight on armor class?
Straight up at disadvantage. It already happened.
Yeah.
That's the okay, got it.
Like they were disadvantaged to smell him, to find him, and then disadvantage attacking at him. I don't know how to tell you guys. I tried to let him live, but they're still gonna try to eat it.
It's a different disadvantage to smell him. That's funny as shit.
Well, that's like there's effectively smell and sound once something is invisible. You're not impossible to find. You're just disadvantaged to find. And I roll a 16 and a 20 to spot. So you guys would hear clawing from the other side of the door at that point.
Um,
And it's on Yacht, or on you.
I guess he would act on his own accord. Well, last thing I told him was to follow me. So, I guess after
Roll a
the door,
stealth check. At advantage.
The good stealth. The bad? Oh wait, what the fuck? No, I didn't even click that. Oh, I see. I fucked up. There we go.
So what? It's a 13.
I have in 16.
Same roll, +1.
Oh, okay, I got you. It's plus.
It works in your favor all the time. When you guys roll the wrong thing, I go with the first one always. So it's the
It's plus
same
5.
D20 of an 8. Yeah, but you had a persuasion of +4. So the same D20 plus 1 more is the 15. Or is the 13.
Okay.
I treat all miss rolls that way. They work in your favor just as much as they work against you.
Okay.
And then it's going to be on you as Victor.
Gotcha. By the door there. I'm gonna move that corner there. I'm gonna blast the one to the southwest of me. Jesus. All right.
Roll a D4 and a D20 for me. I don't think Jason has a AC of 6 or 7, so I think you're good.
And I will tell you I am sorry, and that'll be the end of my turn.
You gotta use your action to save my life.
Yeah, no.
Now we know.
Dick move.
He's an asshole too. He's a demon. Why do you care?
And it's gonna go to Burke as the southwestmost skeleton shoots and misses at, who was it? I think it was Victor.
Wait, I'm sorry. What?
Oh, I just had pre-rolled, like I was describing that the southwestmost skeleton missed shooting at you.
Yes. Yep.
So Burke's got his weight against the door. Looks at his companions. Does anybody seem really hurt?
Oh, I'm on. Oh, do you want him to roll something, or Can I say something?
Oh, are you below half?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Are you below a quarter?
Yes.
You're severely bloodied. Then he can see that. Is anybody else below half?
No.
Those are the things that you can see, is something below half and below a quarter. But if he asks it out loud, he can take that time, but he also has to wait through initiative to hear somebody say, I'm pretty fucked up.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself as an action, and then Healing Word on Victor.
You've got to
as
pick
my
one or
bonus
the
action.
other.
I can't do the bonus action?
No, you can't use 2 spell slots like that.
Okay. Well, then I think I'm gonna, and I can use a free action to drop my shield and grab my crossbow.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna fire, and I'm gonna fire on whichever skeleton looks like they've been hurt. If I can tell that, that's what I'm gonna do with my action is fire my crossbow. And I guess that guy, the nearer guy.
You can't tell between them. You're looking at your party. It's already kind of a free action to do that perception check, so you can shoot at one of them.
All right, I'll shoot at the one that's close. I think I just rolled damage. Sorry, that was a mistake. Maybe you didn't see it.
No, that's got a D20. It rolled a 12.
Okay.
12's gonna plink off of the bones and just kind of like fly into the wall.
Okay, and then I'm gonna use my bonus action to cast Healing Word on Victor.
Rushed.
Yeah. You're very lucky, Victor. I'm not that good at that.
Oh wow. Wait, no. Oh,
That's
So
a
my
monstrous
body's
healing word.
yeah.
my body's up against the door, braced. That's my primary. That's all the things I can do.
So I think that's going back to Ezra.
I'm gonna use my spirit totem.
Right. Right. That's what like the
That's a whole book.
What are you
Let's see.
doing it though? Which one?
Let's see. Was it the one that gives bonus health? I think it was the. Ah, crap! I forgot which one.
For the sake of time, it is indeed the bear.
Yeah. So sorry. So the bear spirit, and I'm
Where are you
dropping it.
placing it? Just draw a little doodle.
Like there. And then I'm gonna wild shape into a wolf.
Did you say how many temporary hit points we gained for that?
It would be 9, right? You're a 4th level druid.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot about that. Yeah, it's 9.
Whew, thank.
And then it'll go to Jason.
All right, so I'm going to move up to this skeleton, try and stab it.
Ten's gonna miss.
I use my inspiration to try and.
Oh wait, you have 11 misses too. You've got advantage. Yeah, you can use the inspiration. Roll a d20.
Nope.
13.
Fucking-
13 just hits.
Ooh.
All right.
What?
And that's gonna clear him out.
The
All right.
minimum piercing and then the
Fuck!
max.
I pre-rolled that guy's attack and he was gonna fucking critically hit. Number 3 was 1, 2, Ezra for 10 damage. That was a good kill.
All right.
Nice.
Good use of inspiration.
Yeah,
All right.
thanks for that.
Thought I used that. All right, and then I am going to, with the rest of my movement, I'm going to move back. Now I'm going to try and help Burke sort of add my weight to the door.
Yeah, I'm not going to give you any bonus to holding the door after using an action.
That's fine. Just feel like that's what he would do.
Yeah, I mean, that's legit, but, like, he's physically having to... I mean, I think there's so much that you guys can do when you're actually actively putting your action into it versus when you're doing other stuff.
Yeah, that's fine.
So let's see. Pre-rolled him. It's gonna go to the ghouls. Let's see. I need Burke to roll a strength check, and disadvantaged. 8 matches. I need you to roll another strength check, disadvantaged. 9 matches, son of a bitch. And then one
Come on,
more
Burke.
strength check.
Do it.
Oh, 17 just beats. This last one's gonna bust open the door.
Damn it.
Groan.
And then let's see. Yeah, so that one would have gone first. Double 20s to spot that motherfucker. Try to kill him again. 13 to hit Yacht. Or you?
That's right on it.
For 6 damage. I think that should kill him.
Yep. He
Two
only has 1 hit
20s,
point.
an 18, and a 9. That was a few high rolls to get the kill.
Oh, on. That's
Like it was the
fucked up.
double 20s to spot him. I already lost the 20 on the arrow shot into Ezra. That was a lot of 20s that did absolutely nothing. And then it's going to go to Victor. That door is now wide open, and there's a ghoul standing in the doorway.
Okay. Everybody's in the way. I'm not going to take a chance at that. I'm just going to stay where I'm at, and I'm going to try and blast the last skeleton there to the southwest of me. All right, hold on.
14 hits. Six damage. Anything else from Victor?
That'll be it. But that also will push him 10 feet into the wall there. Yeah. Yep. There you go.
He is shooting 5. That's going to be Burke's. 11's a miss. So it's going to Burke.
Okay. The door's open. Can I use my? I mean, I'm interested in using my action to shut the door again.
It's
Is it
contested
possible?
strength at that point.
You got it.
I'm willing to take that chance, and that'll be my action. And then if I have a bonus action, I can do that.
That's your action, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what
I'm
your
gonna try
bonus
that.
would be.
I don't know. Thinking about it. See how we do with the door shut. So I'm gonna try to shut the door.
Fuck.
Yeah, I think the hinges are going to break on the door. That door is a dead weight stone off the hinge.
Essentially, it can't be closed again. Is what you're saying, right?
Yeah,
It's
I
also-
rolled a 15 to keep it open, and he rolled a 1. That's going to break it, so it can't be closed.
Okay. So how do you feel about me using spiritual weapon as my bonus action? I mean, it is a bonus action.
That's
Can
a
I do
fucking
that?
great use of a bonus action.
Can I do it after the door fight though?
Oh yeah, that was your action to fuck with the door. It was basically like a grapple check, but like over the door.
Okay. So I'm gonna do that at, I guess, whatever ghast is standing right in front of me.
Okay, 18 to hit for 2 damage on just that one directly east of you.
I think it's 10 damage, but yeah.
Oh, my bad. I was trying to read 10, and I think I said whatever I said.
Cool. Yeah, whatever one is like in the door, the one that Jason's gonna attack next, I bet.
Yeah, so that's the
Fuck.
more southerly of those two. That, and I think there should be a spiritual weapon. I don't know if I actually gave you access to it yet.
Oh, like a graphic?
Oh shit, I deleted the Warhammer when I created one for my other cleric.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cast it. I was gonna display it so you guys could read it. Sorry about that.
Oh shit, okay. Yeah, I'll have to get that. I'll give you dancing light.
Cool.
And I'll have to fix that because I don't know what I was thinking when I deleted that image to make the other one. So no playing with that dancing lights, Ezra, because you've got access to it from Edrin. Let's see.
That's my turn. Thanks.
Gonna go back to Ezra.
Yeah, I'm gonna run up to the skeleton that Victor's blasted and try to bite it. Boo.
19 hits for 7. It seems pretty severely fucked up at that point.
Oh, and it has to make a strength saving throw to see if it's still standing.
DC 11, it's gonna fail. Gonna go to Justin.
Right, well, I'm going to turn and try to stab the ghoul that's now staring me in the face.
18's gonna hit for 14. And you're going off the one that Burke just hit?
Yeah, the one right on the other side of the door.
There's essentially two. Like, you guys are both in front of the door, and there's two ghouls in front of the door. There's one more in the door than the other. My point of saying he was in the door was to just say, like, you're gonna have to work to reclose it. It's not just closing it.
I understood it was that one. That's like equal with me. It's the
Exactly.
one I hit.
Yep. 'Cause
Okay,
the
I mean, I
grids
guess.
don't fall on the same way.
Okay, yeah, so I guess I would have attacked that one then, if that's okay.
I think that's okay, Justin. It's good. Thank you.
All right, and then I'm going to try.
I hate these things.
With a bonus action, try and disengage and try and back away.
Roll a dexterity saving throw for me. One's gonna swipe out at you. It's gonna miss with a 10.
Okay.
One's going to move up to you and past you, Burke.
I'd like to take a swing at it.
When
With
I
my-
say stuff like that, that's up to you to decide if you want to take an attack of opportunity. That's why I'm saying it.
Yeah, no, I'm picking up on that. I'm going to do that, but I'm going to do that with my meaty fist because I'm holding my crossbow.
Yeah, so I think that's for 4 damage, just flat. And it's going to hit Justin with a 21 to hit for 3 damage and a Constitution save.
I'm paralyzed.
Fuck.
You said 3 damage, right? Sorry.
Yeah, 3. The next one is attacking. 2 is Burke. A 13's gonna miss, and the last is 5 is a 1 is Victor. Victor, it's gonna attack you for an 18 to do 3 damage. Oh wait, no, my bad. 8 damage and a con 10 save. Which I feel like you've already. Oh wait, no, you got healed. Does 10 damage take you down, or 8 damage take you down?
I got temp HP and I had 9 temp HP.
Word. Yep, and you're good on the save. It's gonna go to you, Victor.
Okay. Can I remember which one was burned up the most, or is that guy already dead? I think I killed.
I think burn-wise, you can see the one on Burke is burnt.
Shit. Alright, well I'm just gonna try and blast the one that's on Justin right here. He had a disadvantage.
All right, if you're shooting that, it's disadvantage regardless of where you're attacking. Like you're
do
in
you mean?
combat, that's at disadvantage to cast that spell.
Right.
All right, word. A 9's gonna
Yeah,
miss.
That's all I can do. Yep. I do have to step away to take a call real quick, so I'll be away for about maybe 2-3 minutes, something like that.
All right, I think at this point, do we want to stop here and discuss where the campaign's gonna go after all of this, or do you guys want to try to finish this? Does everybody have some time to hang out longer?
I don't have that much more time.
I'm good to talk. I mean, I feel like this fight would go on for a while longer.
All right, well,
Yep.
I say let's freeze it here. We're gonna go to the top of the initiative order and pause there. So, Ty, you won't have another initiative order, but when you're finished, if you can come back and actually put in your input about any thoughts where the campaign goes, I would like to spend at least a few minutes doing that. So the next thing that's going to happen is the skeleton in front of Ezra is going to stand up. It should hit him with a 21 to hit and 8 damage from its sword.
Yay for temporary hit point.
And then it's on Burke.
Burke's gonna drop the crossbow and attack the burned up ghast in front of him with his hammer. His hammers. Sorry. So
You've got to drop your shield as well to pull that hammer.
I thought I dropped my shield to put to do the crossbow anyway.
Oh yeah, you would have had to do that as well. You're touche.
Just dropping all my shit on the floor, and I don't have time to pick it up. So light hammer first.
17 hits. 4 damage.
I'm gonna do that
Pretty
again.
fucked up.
I'm gonna do that again.
I feel like the second one should have different bonuses though.
Okay.
I think it's just the damage doesn't get the modifier.
Yeah, so it's 4 damage, I think. It's just the dice roll on the second one.
Oh. Okay, yeah.
But
I
yeah,
don't
that
have
hits for
control over
another
that.
4. And it's gonna crumble.
Phew.
And
Burke lets out a war cry. He's very happy about that. Very relieved.